Welcome to your weekend focus, August the 20th and 21st, 2022. So we have Mars moving into Gemini at the very beginning of the weekend. We'll also have Mercury opposing Neptune, I believe. So it's never good when the planets are opposing us, but we'll figure out how to use that energy in a very positive light and move ourselves forward instead of going down those rabbit holes. So, hi, my name's Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. We have the 20 energy today. The 20 energy is about turning points. It's about getting clarity, understanding, knowledge comes in. And if we boil it down to a 2, we're making decisions based on our own knowledge. So we see where we can go forward. We see where we can change our lives, hit a goal. Okay, regardless of the goal, you want to lose weight, you want to get a job, you want to get a promotion, you want to start a business, you want to step into a relationship, you want to step out of a relationship, community stature, whatever your goals, your dreams are. Okay, the 20 energy says, hey, we've got a turning point here today for us. We can look forward now and say, I want to go in that direction. Something hits today, something snaps today, something tells you that it's time to start this path. It's time to go forward. It's time to make a difference in your own personal life, your family, community, the collective, the world at large. And if we do the numerology of the day for Saturday, it is a 16 energy, and that's all about awakenings. So we're in full moon energy. We will be till next Saturday, so we have another week yet before we hit the new moon. So we're in full moon energy. And so it is about completion in our life. It is about releasing things. It's about allowing healing in. Endings. So the energy supports us in where we have to close doors and where we need to put something to rest, where we need to let go of something, heal from something. Because the 16 energy is about an awakening. The 16 energy, now trust me when I say that with the 16 energy, no matter what happens, they would never take away something that you need going forward. It may not seem like that at the time, but sometimes we let them take control and making the decisions for us because we failed to look at the situation. We ignored it. We pretended it wasn't there. And they make us look. And they make it so that we can't look away. So oftentimes we allow a part of our life to fall away, to crumble, to turn to ash, to burn up perhaps, and turn to ash. 1 + 6 is a 7, and that is about standing in our truth. So the more that we can stand in our truth, and say, this is where I am, and this is who I am, and this is where I'm going, and this is who I'm becoming. And really walking that path. Not giving a part of yourself away because somebody else might not like it or approve or like you because of it. On Sunday, we have the 21 energy. Now, that is about completion. That's the World card. That tells you that there is a new path awaiting you. But you have to tie up some loose ends before you go forward. Absolutely. 2 + 1 is a 3. So it's about preparing the soil to plant the seed when that new moon arrives next weekend. So we have a whole week, really, in order to get that soil ready. So that when we plant that seed, it has the best. So what does that mean in our lives? It means clearing space for that new thing to come into our life. Raising our energy. Cleaning up the clutter. That'll raise your energy. if we do the numerology of the day, it's a 17 energy, and that is making the impossible possible. That is seeing with a clarity, with an understanding, with a knowledge that you didn't possess before. You hear something, you see something, a thought comes into your head. So remember, this full moon is all about epiphanies and revelations. So when that 17 energy comes up, you could wake up from a dream, write it down, have a pen and paper ready, because you know how dreams are, right? You wake up and you're like, wow, what a dream. And then you stretch and you go, what's that dream about, anyways? Because it just goes, doesn't it? So, some of them stick with you. We can go on and talk about dreams if you want, but I'm pretty sure you're here for the weekend reading, so we'll just stick to that right now. But have a piece of paper and a pen. So if you wake up in the middle of the night with a thought in your head, you're writing it down. And it may not mean anything at the time, but you read it the next morning and you go, egads, I can't believe this. This was me? Oh, I know exactly what to do, where to go, how to step forward. It's all clear to me now. I have the clarity, the understanding. And I can make the impossible possible, because I thought it was impossible. But you know what? If I take that angle, it's possible. I could do it. I know I can. So revelations, epiphanies, aha moments. Sun is in Leo. Moon is in Gemini for the whole weekend. So, let out your inner child. Especially, this is our last weekend with Leo energy. And that's all about creating giggles and laughter and fun. And then we'll have Virgo energy come in, which is a beautiful energy in its own right. It's just not the just creating laughter and joy, even in the smallest amounts. I mean, Leo energy is so beautiful for that. So this is our weekend. So if you had a big work project, maybe not, okay? Go and have some fun. Get together with some friends or family and just have a hoot, okay? And plus, the moon is in Gemini for the whole weekend. I mean, that's your inner child. Your inner child, I mean, I'm telling you, a fair, a carnival, a roller coaster park, a water slide park, lots of choices, lots of different things to do. That's the kind of energy you want to have around you, and you will have a hoot. Because it's about your inner child. And Gemini, we like to do a lot of things. We're curious about a lot of things. We want to learn, but we don't want to learn a lot. We just want to learn like the bare minimum, so we can talk about it and go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. We're like a little kid, right? One minute they're in the sandbox, now they're up on the slide. Now where they go? Oh, they're over there on the monkey bars. Are monkey bars even legal anymore? Anyways. So it's that kind of energy. I mean, if you can use that kind of energy and just drift through the weekend, my heart goes out to just like enjoy it. Like I'm jealous, but I'm gonna try and do it too. So not as jealous as some people will be, because you're gonna really grab onto that energy. About Sunday night, after supper time at least, the moon will move into Cancer, and we'll want to be more of a homebody. It'll be more about home, family kind of atmosphere. So if you're planning something on the Sunday night, then make it in the backyard or something, okay? Oh yeah, Mars enters Gemini on Saturday morning, I believe. Okay, so Mars and Gemini, it's the ability to take action on our ideas, the things we're learning, those little tidbits we're picking up, those things we're getting curious about. So yeah, so it's not even that you just have the power to come up with these brilliant ideas, but you have, or maybe just thinking in a fresh, different kind of way, but you have the ability to take action on those things and take yourself towards success, make those things a reality in your life going forward, in your best life going forward. On Sunday, Mercury will be opposing Neptune, and you know what? We're going to miscommunicate. We're going to say something, they're going to take it one way, we're going to mean it another. There's going to be this big discussion. All of a sudden, you're getting the cold shoulder. You don't know why. They're telling everybody what you said, but they're paraphrasing, so they're going, oh, I can't believe she said that. I can't believe they said that. So perception of reality could be a little distorted, okay, under Mercury opposing Neptune. Also, don't make any decisions unless you necessarily have to, okay? Take extra care, okay? It's almost like consider it a little taste of Mercury retrograde when Mercury's going direct, okay? Yeah, and especially watch when you're saying something. You know, choose your words wisely. So think about what you're going to say. And okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Give them a cut here. The High Priestess is here. Okay, that 20 energy, 2 plus 0 is a 2, and here we have the High Priestess, the second card. Well, it's the third card. It's number 2, right? The Fool's 0. The High Priestess is about sitting in quiet contemplation and realizing the magic that you have within you. That you have unique talents, abilities. You have your own flair, your own charismatic attitude towards life is what I hear. So know that you have a full toolbox all ready for you to go forward. Just pick it up and start walking kind of energy. And it's noticing those things and saying, I am good at this. I am good at that. Never thought of it before, but I do. I can make a pretty mean casserole if I want to. Whatever it might be for you, right? And don't overlook any of your gifts, your talents, your abilities when the High Priestess comes out. Now, there's magic within you and magic around you is the High Priestess, but I really got a sense that we need to talk about the inner magic that you already possess. Okay, the outer magic, well, just expect miracles, okay? Just expect them. They'll be here. Little ones, big ones, everything's a miracle when you really think about it. Us being here and being able to talk to each other is a miracle. Really, 100 years ago, they never would have thought we could do this. Well, here we are. So it's a little mini miracle, right? A bunch of little miracles tapped on each other, and here we are in the present day. But look within, and don't think, oh, everybody can do that. No, they can't. I probably can't. I do try to do a lot of things. I shouldn't, but I do. And, you know, it serves its purpose by the time I'm done, but I see other people and it's just like, seriously, how did you do that? Like, oh my gosh. So maybe you are a great organizer. Maybe you are a great follower. Maybe you're a great leader. Maybe you are a great gardener. Maybe you are a great painter, a carpenter. Maybe you can build miniature ships. I don't care, and I don't know. Maybe you make the best cupcakes in the world. I don't know. You know. Maybe you can write, maybe you can act, maybe you can make people laugh, maybe it's just your smile. People actually call you Smiley because you're smiling all the time. Every time they see you, there you are with that big grin on your face, just enjoying life and your now moments. So what do? Do you have a twinkle in your eye? I remember when my aunt passed away. And it just didn't look like her, you know, it just didn't look like her, you know, you go to those, and somebody came up and they said, doesn't look like her, does it? And I go, no, and they go, because you can't see the twinkle in her eyes, that's what made her unique. It was that twinkle that she had. And I thought, yeah, you're right. It was that twinkle. I worked with a gentleman and he came in and he just kind of went down a really dark path. And he was a beautiful person, but he went down a dark path. And as much as we all tried to pull him back on, you know, he was having none of it. He was determined to go down that path, and so he did. And he came in one day, and he said something, and we recognized his voice, and we both did a... And the person I was working with said, we didn't recognize him. I said, no. And she goes, that's because his eyes are dull now. His eyes used to have that brightness. His eyes would meet you. His eyes would make you feel calm and comfortable and loved. So, don't overlook those little things that you have about you that's special and wonderful and dear. Okay, and if you don't know what they are, then go ask somebody, because I'm sure they could give you a list of what is beautiful and wonderful about you. Okay? Strong energy. We have the High Priestess, and then we have Temperance. Temperance is about balance, and Temperance is kind of, it represents the blacksmith, and my dad was a blacksmith, so I'm well versed in blacksmith talk. So Temperance is tempering yourself. It's understanding that a lot of this in your life is a good thing, a lot of that in your life is a bad thing. It's about, I need a little bit of this in order to feel the balance. And some people, okay, they take drinking coffee. Some people don't drink coffee at all. Some people have that cup in the morning, maybe another one in the afternoon, or it's a decaf in the afternoon. Some people drink the coffee straight out of the spout all day, and the coffee pot is not big enough for them to last them the day. They got to make another one. And for each one of those people, they're right in what they're doing, because it's the perfect balance for them. Not for you, not for me, not for the world. So often we are told that we're supposed to drink this and at this time, and everybody's having the second cup of coffee. Why aren't you? And Tony Robbins, I was watching a little snip from him, and he was talking about these actors that went out into a park, and they asked 100 people. So they'd have their coffee. Okay, 50% of them had hot coffee, and 50% of them had iced coffee. And went to get their phone, it was ringing, and just handed their coffee to a complete stranger and says, "Can you hold this for a minute?" And they got their phone out, texted back, and "Okay, thank you," and walked away. And then about 30 minutes later, people came out with clipboards around the park, and they were asking people if they would read these 3 paragraphs, this very short story. They'd give them $20. $20 is yours if you'll read these 3 paragraphs. And most people went for it. I think it was 90% went for reading the story. And when they were asked about, give us a description of the main character, the people who were handed the iced coffee said that the person was very cold and calculated. And I kid you not, I think it was like something like 81% of the people that got the cold coffee to hold on to, then a half an hour later said it was cold. The person in the story was cold. And the other half, it was 80% said hot, those who had to hold the hot coffee. So don't think for a second that you aren't set up by society and these commercials and the way the TV shows come out to make you think in a certain direction, in a certain way. Okay? Because that, if that doesn't show you what can happen, these people were just cued on what they were going to say 30 minutes in advance without their knowledge, to be predictable in their reaction, their answer, their thought process. So start thinking about what works for you, what brings in balance for you. And so the blacksmith also, there's a patience with the blacksmith, because you have to wait until that flame is just a certain color. Like there's yellows, and there's oranges, and there's reds, and there's blues, and there's purples, and there's greens, and the blue is, the blues and the purples are the hottest, right? So that's when you can really put the iron in there, the metal in there, and get it really hot so that you can hit it with that hammer and twist it and turn it into what you want it to really become. Okay, so you have to have a patience with yourself, because it's not all going to happen overnight. You're not going to sit there and say, well, I need a little less time at work and a little bit more time with family. That's an obvious. Or a little bit more time with friends, a little bit more time of personal time. That could be something. Whatever it may be for you, you can't just say it and then expect it to be. You have to choose it and then work towards that, working that into your life. You have a week actually to put something really small but major at the same time into your life and changing your balance, your being centered. Okay, temperance is also about having more by having less. So, under a full moon energy, get rid of the clutter in your life. What did I just hear today? 80% of what we own we never use. So get rid of it. Give it to someone who could use it, okay? And if you need it, don't worry. They'll make sure that you have enough money to go buy it, okay? So you don't need to hang on to it for a rainy day. That is just lack thinking, okay? You're telling your brain, I better hang on to it because I may not be able to afford it when the time comes for it. Watch your money drain away. Okay. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. We're making decisions. But you know what? This is a card that really says it's going to be an emotional decision. It's probably going to be a harder decision. So a bigger life-changing decision. And we are, we do have the turning points today with the 20 energy, right? But we're making decisions here. Now this beam of light is coming down. And it's just so bright and it's so intense and it's just so when you make this decision, it's going to be. Now the water in the background is very, very so a lot of emotion. And we're blindfolded. So we got our hands out there. Which one, which way, which path. How do I do this? And the blindfold says that what you see on the outside is not going to give you the answers that you need in order to make this decision wisely. You are going to need to go within. So we're right back to the high priestess telling to look within. We are looking within this weekend of who we are, the beautiful person we are, the magic we hold, and also what the true decision needs to be, even if it's the harder choice. King of Wands. King of Wands. I like the King of Wands because you know what? He's a doer. He does not stand on ceremony. Look at him. I have one deck where his crown's actually crooked on his head. So which is the King of Wands. It's like, okay, I've got a plan. I've got a good outline for the strategy, and I think that we're good to go. So let's start. Let's break ground on this. Now, the other thing about the King of Wands is there's a lot of confidence because he knows what he's doing. He's researched it. He's thought about it. He doesn't stand on ceremony, though. He doesn't, hold these big meetings. He's, as he's walking around the castle, he's like, hey, Joe, what if this happened? How would we handle that? And he would gain the information, the basic information, to at least break ground. And then him and Joe can sit down and talk about true strategy. But let's just get the party started. Let's just start moving forward. We have the male and female lion there. So know that your strength, because we also have Mars entering Gemini. Know that, so it's the twin energy. So I kind of get this feeling that our energy going forward, our steps going forward, our action plan going forward is going to have both male and female energies included in it. So be prepared for that when if you're going for the jugular or something, the woman's like, oh no, I hurt you. I'm so sorry. I'll make it better. And the male energy is like, no, that's stereotypical, but a lot of the world still believes, but a true male and female energy. Okay, so there's emotion and there's logic coming together. So I know I'm going to get hate mail for that, saying that, but it's just, take it easy, people. I was just trying to make a little joke, and I think it was flatlining on me, so I jumped out. Male and female energy, and finding that true balance of not being driven just by emotion, but not being driven purely by logic. If you're just doing it with just your heart center, you're going to run into brick walls. If you're just doing it through a logical and you know what, this makes the most sense and it's just going to be very cut and dried, that's also going to hit a brick wall. It's got to be a combination of those things with your energy, with your path forward. So you have to include your emotion. You have to include your passion. Knight of Pentacles. Well, he hasn't been around in a while, has he? But this is about having faith. This is about having a belief. Knowing that the abundance is yours. Knowing that more abundance is waiting for you down the path. Knowing that you will be led that way so long as you keep moving. Knowing that you are already protected. Knowing that you will not go without. We don't have a suit of armor on here. We don't even have a weapon. We don't have a lunch pack. We don't even have reins for that horse. It is, and we're holding our abundance out there for anybody to just come up and grab, you would think, but we're not worried. So it's about growing that belief and growing that faith within yourself about God, your angels, your spirit guides, the cosmos, the universe, the divine energy that surrounds us. And a steady step. A steady step. Okay, we'll get a mantra here. Oh, I also have some of the animals here. So, Flora had a deer. It was not yesterday's reading, it was the day before. And Julie had a tiger, so, unstoppable, huh? Unstoppable, brave, bold. Maria had the raccoon, and Tara had the badger, and I believe it was Anita had both of those on the previous, not the previous day, but the one before that. For those of you who don't know, the animal deck, it was, your choice. You pick an animal. So I asked everybody to pick that animal and leave it in the comments. And those who did, thank you for that. The raccoon is a little bit of the trickster, but he's also nocturnal. He's also very resourceful. He's also a very clean animal. Raccoons wash their food before they eat it. The badger, the badger is, it's kind of about being patient, but also the badger can really take you forward in a hurry. It's got that kind of energy. It goes after, but it's almost like, I keep getting the word ferocious. So sometimes you have to be ferocious. Sometimes you have to be a giant. Sometimes you have to stand in those big shoes that you made for yourself and step into them and say, okay, this is how we're doing things. This is what I'm stepping into. This is what I'm doing going forward. The bison. Rosalind, you had the bison. And the bison's about freedom and liberation. Absolutely. But it's also a large animal to carry that extra burden. So maybe you've got a lot on your plate, or life just seems to be very heavy for you, or you have a lot of responsibilities. So the bison can show up in those ways for you. But Rosalind, it depends on where you are in your path. It might be just trying to show you the freedom and the liberation that you can have. And it might be showing you both of those things. And it's some of that burden that you need to let go of, that bison is carrying, so that you can feel the freedom and the liberation. What else did we have? We had the bear. Oh, I didn't write down who said the bear. I'm so sorry. Bear coming out of hibernation. Maybe you need a good long sleep. Anyways, our mantra card. Look at this. New beginnings for the mantra card. How many times is this deck going to show us the mantra card for new beginnings? I mean, this is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is really taking the forge and molding ourselves. Figuring out what brings us true balance, happiness, joy. We're learning all kinds of things this weekend. Don't really make any decisions, but you know those decisions, you really have to think them through and you have to look within because you already probably know the true decision you have to make. It just may be one that you were avoiding making. But we have new beginnings, begin your new life. So rising out of the ashes, rebirth, being renewed. Begin your new life. So even though we are in full moon energy and we definitely don't want to start anything new, by making room for that new energy to come in, we are essentially starting the path because we are clearing the starting line, aren't we? We're clearing the area so it can come in to our lives. New beginnings burst with assertive confidence and excitement, marking a new direction full of adventure. We have turning points this weekend. We have making the impossible possible. We have preparing the ground to plant those seeds. So today could very well mark the start of a new direction full of adventure for you. You're in a good position to use your abilities and desires to reach your full potential. You're being guided to act now and use this creative energy and enthusiasm to get this project successfully underway. You are being driven by a creative force. The mantra is, I am excited and ready for a new beginning. I'm ready, and I'm excited about that new beginning. Beautiful energy. Okay, let's get an animal card. Okay, who else? Oh, the gray bird by Fawn. Fawn, you'll get a kick out of this, okay? So you talked about seeing this beautiful gray bird and then it flying off and you flying after it, if I remember correctly. And a gray bird is usually, it's almost like it puts magic in your words. And so if you're looking for the right words, the gray bird is there to help you. And people will be attracted to what you say, what you write, what you do. I kid you not, Fawn. So if you're looking, and you know what, I thought that's kind of a cool story, like to turn that just into a novel about seeing the gray bird and flying after and the adventures of flying with just thought, I'll throw that out there. So, and making new friends is a very big thing. People are drawn to you. They're drawn to your voice. They're drawn to your words. They see your beauty and they hear your beauty within your words. It's all the gray bird, okay? Rabbit, Susan, that's good luck, abundance. That is fertility. That is rebirth, birth. Oh, my goodness. We're not going to take that. There was 3 cards there. The owl, I couldn't say it better than you did, CS, so we'll just leave it at that. The tortoise laying eggs, though, by Hamada. Am I saying that right, or Hamada? I hope I'm saying your name properly. Anyways, the tortoises are slow. They pace themselves. Pace yourself for where you're going, your destination. Okay, and I think that laying the eggs, that's almost like a nurturing, mothering thing. So you're getting ready to start, giving birth to something or rebirthing something in your life. And it's very profound, and you are going to nurture whatever that is. Take your time, patience, energy, and really, really mother your dreams and your potential in the direction you want to go. Okay, so let's see what animal we all get together now. And if I missed you, I'm sorry, and just leave it in the comments. I will. I promise. There was one person here. They had monkeys and something else, and I couldn't remember what it was, and I didn't have it written down. So I would like to know that one because it was fun. It was fun together. I remember it was fun together. It was the monkeys, but it was something else. Oh, and rabbits. Rabbits are very clever, by the way. Okay, Susan? So who do we have here? Look at this. We have the raven, the shaman. You are the creator, and you are the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mystery. Wow. Keeper of the mysteries. You are a creator and a magician, so know that you all have the potential to create any reality that you truly want for yourself, okay? If you want it enough and you do the work enough, it will be there. It will be your reality. That's a gimme. Also, the magician. So yes, the miracles, the magic. You hold the magic. It's inside of you, but it's also surrounding you. That the high priestess came out and already talked. We already talked about that. Use your gifts for good. So I asked you to go within. Well, actually, the high priestess asked you to go within and see the magic that is truly within you, whether or not it's your talents, your abilities, that twinkle in your eye. But it's about utilizing your gifts then for good in your life, for your best life possible, but also raising up your family, your neighborhood, your friends, the community, the collective. There's power in your wisdom and words, so don't belittle yourself. And we were just talking about that. And Mercury is your words. Where was that? Wisdom and words. So Mercury is your wisdom and words, really. And also a powerful healer, by the way. But, so, that shaman energy. So you have wisdom over certain things that other people don't have wisdom for. How many people wish they had learned more from their parents before they passed away? That you wish that they would be around so you could say, what was that mixture you used to make with those berries? I'd be asking my dad because he'd be making a wine or something. So mom would be canning, but dad would be making the wine. Connect with the elemental spirits, so the elements, right? Fire, air, water, earth, and of course, the ether. So take some time. Look north, south, east, west, up, below, and above. Absolutely. Take some time to think about water. Well, you're 60 to 70% water, so you should think about it once in a while. Earth, feeling grounded. Standing on the earth, walking barefoot on the earth. Wind, feeling the wind in your hair, listening to the wind and the noises it makes, especially when it's that fall time whisper around the corners and stuff. And winter's like that too for the wind. And if you're thinking water, you could be thinking of snow as well, okay? You could be thinking of ice. You could be thinking of warm water, boiling water. You could think of steam. You could think of rain. You can think of your blood, your water, all those different fluids happening. Really connect with yourself and through the elements. And understand that what's part of this universe is also a part of you. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. And I really kind of get that as you know how to bring things into your path. And you're getting wiser and wiser every day. And people look at you and say, oh, aren't you lucky? Or, or maybe it's down the road. They'll say that to you. Don't worry, it'll happen. But know that you have knowledge that is just a mystery to somebody else. You have wisdom that is just a mystery to somebody else. They don't even know about it. Say to a 19-year-old, I'm going to go buy a Walkman. See what they say to you. And glide through the void. So it's almost like you are, oh, who said it now? One of yous were talking about becoming and understanding themselves a lot more, and who they are and who they're becoming, and how magical it is. You know, it's going through that void, it's going through that vortex, it's going through that tunnel of light and coming out the other side, and just seeing miracles after aha moments, after revelations, after happiness, joys, giggles, love. It's all there for you. And each and every day you tap into a little bit more of each of those energies. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.